I have talked about YouTube and their complicating ad situation a while back. You can check on that video again because it's still relevant even to this day. And not to mention, we got new information related to this hoopla. To put a long story short, YouTube is fighting against ad blockers, even though their ads are also promoting ad blockers. And their ads even allegedly break their own terms of service. I mean, seriously, these YouTube ads are getting wild. But that's not the only update to the story. The next update to the story is YouTube's crusade against ad blockers gets stronger and stronger, to the point where even paid ad blockers simply don't work against them. YouTube is doing whatever they can to make sure that all the ad blockers do not work. But a lot of commercial paid ad blockers revealed that users are uninstalling their stuff and reinstalling others just to see if they work. Basically, these users are incredibly persistent on blocking these YouTube ads, and YouTube makes it really hard for them. This issue keeps on going and going, and it gets worse as time goes on. What should you do? Well, according to YouTube, just bite the bullet and go for YouTube Premium if you're that annoyed. Personally, I do use YouTube Premium, specifically the family plan, because all my family members watch YouTube. It's much less here in Indonesia compared to the US, and I'm willing to bite the cost on this one. In my opinion, a lot of its benefits really do worth the price. Ad blocking is my primary reason because I listen to YouTube videos on the road, and sometimes I got interrupted with stupid ads and I have to slow down my ride and skip them. It also helps that I don't have to keep the phone screen on when I'm on the road. I can just leave it in the background and turn my phone off as YouTube is playing. Not only that, but I also got YouTube Music, which is pretty damn good in my opinion. I got introduced to all sorts of cool music thanks to its recommendation algorithm. Also, being watched by someone who has YouTube Premium is more beneficial to the YouTubers than being watched by someone who doesn't have YouTube Premium. I'm basically repeating the same selling points that YouTube is making for YouTube Premium, but I'm not here to sell YouTube Premium. I'm here to make a point. There's a reason why people around the world use ad blockers. It's because they want to protect themselves from really intrusive ads at best and malicious and deceptive ads at worst. YouTube Premium is one option that users can take to make their YouTube experience not only more convenient, but safer from garbage products. Making blocking ads much harder for YouTube is gonna make the experience less convenient for users. YouTube is constantly updating themselves and making their ad blocking stance even stronger. Whatever means of ad blocking that you have right now, it's gonna be destroyed by them as they update their defenses. It's a game of whack-a-mole, the mole being the ad blockers and the smasher being YouTube. There are ways to bypass ads on YouTube that I can't pinpoint out to you guys, but the question is, how long until those ad blocking methods get stomped by YouTube? So at this point, it's really up to you right now. Do you want to constantly update your ad blocking methods as YouTube introduces new tricks up their sleeves to prevent ad blocking and smashes one as it pops up for both your computer and your mobile? Or do you want to go to the easy route and just bite the YouTube Premium bullet? At the end of the day, you decide. YouTube clearly wants you to go to the premium route, so it's pretty much up to you. It's your money after all. And that's for the first hoopla of today. We got a couple more hooplas I want to talk about this week. As always, this video is brought to you by these wonderful people. You guys are fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have supported this channel immensely. Seriously, thank you so much. And now, let's get to the next hoopla. At some point, I talked about how gaming in 2023 has been quite a blast for a lot of the games that I played this year. But then again, depending on which game that you play that year, every year is technically a blast if you only play good games. To be fair, I think that's a healthy mindset to go through, especially through these depressing times. Take the great of the year and dump the trash. While it is personally healthy for your sanity to enjoy the greats of life, it is not healthy to ignore the faults of life. And boy, 2023 in terms of games have some real stinkers too. Forspoken early year was not great. Some real PC port failures like Jedi Survivor, The Last of Us Part 1. Recently, Cities Skylines 2 was not only poorly optimized, but also could have been so much better than its predecessor. Diablo 4 was an utter disappointment to people that expected so much more out of the trash company that was Activision Blizzard. Big mistake. Redfall was also pretty garbage, the difference being that Redfall's made by Arcane, more respectable developers. And so far, the contender of the worst game of 2023, Lord of the Rings Gollum. Awful game. Now, to be fair to every year, there will always be stinkers and there will always be bangers. But one thing I can say for sure is that the original Modern Warfare trilogy is infinitely more banging than the remake Modern Warfare trilogy. The thing with remakes is that most, if not all of them, are technically pointless, but I'm fine with them as long as they are good. They are remakes I genuinely like, and to be fair to Modern Warfare 1 and 2, they are good enough remakes to stand on their own merits. Modern Warfare 3, on the other hand, Oh boy, the story on this one is wildly different. To put it in perspective, this is a game where IGN rated the campaign 4 out of 10. That's right, IGN, who typically overrates Call of Duty games, gave the campaign of this remake a freaking 4 out of 10. That is insane if you think about it. But you know what is even more insane? Call of Duty games are already notorious for insanely huge file size, but this one really takes the cake. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is about 213 gigs in total. That's right, 213 gigs in total. That includes single player, multiplayer, and a huge texture pack, which on average is about 71 gigs per component. What the hell were they freaking thinking with this garbage? Not only we're talking about 213 gigs in total, but it's 213 gigs of SSD storage, not hard drive storage, SSD storage. So for those of you who are still sticking into the spinning platter, too bad. You're gonna have to join the SSD crowd. No, really, you should. SSD is amazing and super cheap these days. I myself got a Crucial P3 2TB SSD, which on the official website is for sale for $86.99 at the time of writing. There are loads of great SSD deals out there, and it's so insanely cheap these days compared to several years ago. But just because higher capacity SSDs are getting cheaper, doesn't mean that your game should not get this freaking huge. How is it possible that the original Modern Warfare trilogy is still a banger to this day, and it isn't even a quarter the size of the remake of Modern Warfare 3? Not to mention, the original trilogy still looks superb even to this day. Heck, Black Ops 2 not only still looks good to this day, it has multiplayer with bots, which is especially good with plutonium. So the lifespan of this game is extended for several years up into the future. If you want to have fun, stick to the older Call of Duty games with mods. The multiplayer community is still active even to this day, and they're still a lot more fun compared to any of the recent ones. I'm sure there's stuff that you love and you'll hate it when someone trash on that stuff. Sometimes when those people say hateful things, you are tempted to respond and correct them. And when you do, you're only gonna put yourself in some seriously ridiculous arguments that only ends up wasting your time anyways. Point is, don't get yourself caught up in pointless internet arguments, especially if you're not getting paid for it, which some people apparently do. HBO has reportedly been making their employees argue online with people who critique their shows. That's right, HBO has been making employees to argue with people online about their shows. Hold on a second, HBO original shows have been a hit before. I really like The Wire and Sopranos. Why are people criticizing them? Is it because they're current shows? I mean, what are the original HBO shows airing right now? Oh yeah, there's that stupid The Idol show starring The Weeknd. I wouldn't even want to get paid to defend that show. Now, I want to know the deets of this. What the hell is going on? Why are these details suddenly emerging? Actually, no, it's not the employees of HBO who's doing the defending of Twitter. It's the chairman of HBO who's doing the defending. He has admitted to creating fake Twitter accounts just to respond to TV critics who had unfavorable views of his program back during the quarantine days. I guess he needs a hobby when he's inside all the time. Turns out the whole thing was discovered because of text messages related to some lawsuit involving the producers of The Idol, which was cancelled. Eventually, he apologized and said that DMs would be a better way to go on. So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. If you think that your crusade in the comment section defending your most beloved media against all of those haters is for nothing, just take comfort that even an HBO chairman does something this ridiculously terminally online.
Look at you. You are glued to that thing.
And that's all for the video today. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out the APB channel where all of these hooplas are discussed live on stream. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.